I'm your host, Davida Shinsky, and you're listening to Live Without Limits, Dreams Come True with the Right Mindset. And today's presentation is titled, What's Equanimity? 6 ways you can practice the art of calm composure. With the equanimity, you can deal with situations with the calm and reason while keeping your inner happiness, said the Dalai Lama. Over the past few years, we've all been through the wringer. It's been one heck of a roller coaster ride, to say the least. Feelings of anxiety and fear were heightened. Basically, most of us felt anything but calm. And as we transform into a new normal, it can be hard to quell these feelings of anxiety and fear. If this sounds like you maybe you need to learn a little bit more about equanimity. Equanimity embraces a state of psychological calm. In fact, culminating this state can help you emulate calmness, maintaining your composure no matter what the world throws at you. While you might feel an emotion, this doesn't mean that you have to act on it or express it outwardly. This state further embraces mindfulness, Buddhism, and more. So, how can you cultivate equanimity? What can you do to become more resilient, calm, and mentally strong? Let's find out. What is equanimity in psychology? Psychology, psychology research define equanimity as an even minded mental state or dispositional tendency toward all experiences or objectives, regardless of the origin or their effective balance, pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. Meaning, meanwhile, in Buddhism, equanimity may refer to two concepts: a neutral feeling of mental state that requires practice and isn't impacted by preferences or biases. In many ways, equanimity is mindfulness in the purest forms. You are present, but you are also present with complete mental clarity, something that is easier said than done. In truth, we'd all love to be calmer and more composed, but in the moment, we can easily let our emotions get the best of us. So, what do you call someone who is equanimity? Someone who practices equanimity is known as aquariumus person. Let's say that again. Someone who practices equanimity is known as an Aquarius person. This type of person is in complete control of their emotions rather than the other way around. They maintain composure even though the most stressful of circumstances. In many, or rather, in many ways, an equanimous person acts as an anchor for many through tough and turbulent times. However, you can become this type of person. Cultivating equanimity makes practice an effort, but it's 110% worthwhile. You become more empathetic, more compassionate, and more loving overall. Who doesn't want in their life? Or rather, who doesn't want that in their life? So, what is the best definition of equanimity? Inevitably, equanimity comes with many definitions. The most simple equanimity definition is evenness of mind, especially under stress. In other words, it's generally a state of calmness and a state where you're in complete control of your emotions. So, how do you practice equanimity? Cultivating equanimity comes in many forms. Monks frequently refer to their uncontrolled mind as the monkey mind. In fact, your mind can easily play tricks on you, leading you away from the equanimity and leaving you struggling to feel in control of your life and your emotions. Luckily, there are various ways to practice equanimity and get better at obtaining this mental state. So here's how. Mindfulness meditation. Meditation comes in many shapes and forms, yet there are meditations specifically for equanimity and mindfulness in general. The point of practicing meditation regularly is to gain back control of your mind and allow yourself space to simply observe thoughts and emotions without acting on them for reaching, focusing on one task at a time. And multitasking can throw your mind into chaos and disorganization. It can also leave you feeling pulled in multiple directions without truly finishing one task to the degree that you usually would. Being present and mindful means paying attention to one thing at a time. This means avoiding multitasking and just focusing on one task at hand. Practice mindful eating. Many of us lead busy lives, and in a society where keeping busy is encouraged, it can be difficult to carve out time to sit and truly enjoy a meal. In fact, we might not even remember scarfing down our lunch mid workday, meaning we aren't being as mindful as we could throughout our daily lives. That solution, practice mindful eating. What does this mean? When you eat, only focus on eating. Chew every bite. Enjoy all the flavors in every food. Mindfulness easily incorporated into your daily life in such practices leading to improved equanimity. Pause before you act or talk. Reacting without thinking is the opposite of equanimity. Instead, use your words after thinking them through. At the same time, detach your self worth from others' words. This can help you become less emotionally reactive and achieve the state of composure and calm that you crave. In many ways, this is all about not giving your power away and not allowing others to sway how you feel or react. You have the power within you to choose your reactions and feelings. The more you practice this power, the more equanimous you become. Moving your body. Movement acts as a form of mindfulness and meditation. For instance, many sports demand you stay within the present moment. If you don't, your performance inevitably crumbles. Moving our bodies allows us to go or to let go of the past and remove future worries. It allows us to just be. Doing creative tasks or activities. Creative is a major pillar of cultivating equanimity and mindfulness. Many people call this the flow site, or rather the flow state. When in this state, there is nothing outside of it. Strive to do something that's creative and at least once a week. De- Dealing once a day, but let's take baby steps first. This might mean painting, writing, creating pottery, sewing, and other activities. Equanimity. Find your state of calm. Equanimity in your getaway is true freedom. It removes the anchors that hold us back in the past and the ropes that pull us forward into the future. Instead, it allows us to be present without judgment and without reactionary responses. It helps to find calm and composure, something that can quickly become the greatest strength. So, how are you planning to become more equanimous? And the last thing that I want to say about this is this, that over the last 2.5 years, as we've gone through the pandemic, people felt a lot of stress. And now, and because of that, the mental health field or understanding of mental health issues has become more and more important in how we deal with the things that have happened in our lives and how we learn to reduce stress in our lives and build a better calmness.